Okay, so I'm going to just directly start the session as of now. Just 1 minute. It's 11:16. It's Saturday. It's the 3rd of May 2025. Oh wow, it's actually a double Saturn day, and so I'm feeling sick. Okay, I finished my lunch also, and that's why we're starting late. I thought better to eat and then do this session. Okay, now while I was actually just getting on with it, uh, I had lots of thoughts about what was being picked up about Jaitley. The connect also, then how is it connected to the anti god being having risen from the Middle East? In 2007 is when I got it, according to many astrologers who have proven things in the past, and it's an article which has been put out on the internet. I can't find it anymore. Over there, it is Nostradamus also his prediction, and it says that the anti god rises from the Middle East. We're being told that the anti god is Jaitley, shape shifting for Narendra Damodar Das Modi. Need to make that connect what it is. What is more actually questionable is the raw. Doval was sent in 2005. After that, he has been an advisor. He's not, he's not the raw chief what he used to be before. The whole thing was reshuffled to make him an advisor. But the point is, if Doval himself is no more, and that is not Doval, or it's a cortex on cortex off issue, then when Doval is meeting as a high dignitary, other dignitaries, and key people around the world, how dangerous is it? But the rider being that Doval was removed 2005 when a trap was laid for him. More importantly, it becomes highly questionable because what if that is not Doval, and that is in fact linked to professional killers and hitmen and all different kinds of cartels. Then when you're going into the chambers of all the key presidents and prime ministers, what kind of access does it give somebody who has taken the identity of somebody else since 2005? Also, you are switching my ego around because yesterday I've got a package. I don't know what I've gone and done. I've gone and cut my own finger by mistake. I'm not showing it to you because I don't want to take out the wrapping, but this is one example. Don't do that because no, you purposely doing that. Don't do that. Okay, so anyway, Shirdi Sai Baba, starting with you. This is the cut that I got. Anyway, okay, we will first start with taking the blessings. First we take the blessings of Ganesh ji, then we take the blessings of Shirdi Sai Baba, then we take the blessings of Shivji, then we take the blessings of Goddess Uma, then we take the blessings of Kartikeya, then we take the blessings of Shani. Then we take the blessings of Vishnu. Then we take the blessings of Gaumata and Ramakrishna. Okay, so we start this way. Now, I have questions. Actually, I just needed to ask some questions before I go ahead and do this. What we have over here is something about SRL roping, Sai Ram connected with the Nile. This is all about, what is this session about? It is about that part of the dream where I'm seeing I'm at Dadar, shopping, going into some shops for some saris. Actually, in real, it has happened. I have gone with my mom. I don't know if I was there or my mom was taken by Kiran uncle. She's gone with him also separately. But he took her to do the reel on her. And he's not Mr. Kiran Merchant. Nile is to Elon's camp. Elon's name is over here. Elon himself is no more in his body. What you have are all the heisters. Really. You do your homework, SRL is it. He is working for the anti-god. The anti-god is Jaitley, shape-shifting for Modi. What I was saying off camera is, if you have to take all of them into, you have to find primarily where the SATA drive is. I believe it is IOL to Comcast. It's only a guess. You'll have to do the investigation. You will have to find out. And there is somebody who is running this show from some labs. Where it is coming from, South Africa is involved for sure. Rosie is connected with South Africa. You better find out. Her Rocky has taken Cyrus Mystery's ego and then from there gone and lived life to the fullest. The most foolishest best. You know, when you're born in an okay family, you don't need to do all this. It's just natural. You got a journey way before being born into a family. That is well settled. When suddenly you come into it, that also you grabbed it, or what the problem is, I don't know, but you don't know how to live it. The fact you need, SRL keeps talking, one version of SRL keeps talking about having to live life to the fullest, like tomorrow, once he's gone, there's nothing left. And where he's come from, he's starving. That's a big question. How come I don't have these qualities in me? If we ask anybody who went to my school, why are none of them that way? Talk about the boys who have gone to Campion, gone to, I don't know, so many people, but I don't want to get into name taking and all that. But there's so much. Why are they not of this quality? So there is something inherent that's the problem at the Atmic level. It is shining through in spite of taking other people's egos. That's what the issue is. And when you are grabbing other people's egos, you don't know how to live it according to the reputations built by the originals. You're spoiling that. That's what the problem is. Come on. So the problem is you need to figure out that if we're getting a Jaitley, first and foremost, if the anti-god rose from the Middle East, the best thing is Ramesh Advani's wife's two brothers were in Sharjah from the very beginning. her niece Bhavna did go away to Bahrain. Sumer and Sita did work in Dubai, right, because of their connects with this place much earlier. But they would not misuse the place. But if there is a shapeshifter for Mr. Ramesh Advani, it is Chitru's face on which the photo we see, it is her mouth that has been cut, slashed. She does have a habit of talking loud. It is something to do with her cancer and something to do with her uterus and things like that. So she, from the 70s, has a shrill voice. She doesn't mean to be rude to anybody. It's just she's little temperamental. But then her husband doted on her. Mother-in-law used to dote on her. There is a point in time where I felt that she felt left out. She has definitely gone crying to Kani Advani as well as to Ritu. But maybe she didn't go and meet Kani. Maybe she didn't meet Ritu. Because neither of the two actually helped her. She definitely was having problems in her marriage at some point in time. But was that her real husband or was that an outsider? Only Nikhil Advani has the real picture. We are all outsiders. We don't know what happened. We, for those 5 minutes that we visit their house, can say, okay, something's not okay. But we're after all outsiders. It is Nikhil Advani, if he's alive, only he will know what it was all about. Only he will be able to timeline it. Only he will be able to timeline it from the time he was a baby till the 90s. He's born in 74. So from 74 to 1992, 93, 94. Only Nikhil Advani will know what is what. Only he will be able to actually say, okay, if I think about it, this is how it used to be. This is where the change came in. This is what we thought it is, but this is not what it is. Now looking at it from a different perspective, this is what it could be. And that's what you don't want, right? So making the connect of why is it that Mr. Arun Jaitley has been called the anti-god for whom SRL works. Arun Jaitley is of 5'7" height, so is Modi. Arun Jaitley has to be pencil thin. Find out why is it Shah Rukh lost all his weight suddenly. Mr. Ramesh Advani also lost all his weight suddenly. They're like pencil thin because they shape-shift. So when you are wearing the skin of other people, including Mr. Arun Jaitley, how little big is that just a put on? Because Shirdi Sai Baba says, do not be fooled by imitations. He says, know what is good and what is bad. Define what is what is good and what is bad. He says, learn to understand what is real and what is outward show. All three things he keeps repeating also every now and then, which is indicative of what's happening. Okay. So you need to make the connect. How does the anti-god rise from the Middle East, and why is Arun Jaitley being called an anti-god? The Middle East is on the outside of India. So now we are having some problem with Pahalgam issue, and from the other side in the northeast, Bangladesh is threatening in a different way. But are they really the enemies, or are their brains being triggered to start a fight with India at any cost? Because it is being controlled by somebody who is actually from the Middle East with lots of money to spend. Shaking hands with whom? The Dalits of India, it is said in the earlier years, have sold the information to China. Nobody but China. So is China using these smaller guys to do their dirty work for now? Later on we'll eat up. There is, if you think about the Nawabi-pan of the Middle East, it is absolutely in contradiction to the Red movement. They got the money to spend. Pakistan has always done a job for somebody else who's willing to spend the money. Earlier it was America. Pakistan has always been only the work person for whoever gives them the money. Then later on they realized, oh, they were used. Work is over now, okay, tata bye bye. Then they go looking for somebody else who will fund them to do the whatever work that is necessary for that timeline. वही होगा आगे जाके, क्योंकि इनको क्या करना है, ये पूरे रीजन को इकट्ठा करके एक रीजन बनाना है. They want to divide all the continents into, I think, either 3 sets before going as one world government, or just one governing body, technologically, technically EEE for the entire world. उस टाइम पे तो कोई यहाँ पे पैदा होगा भी नहीं. आत्मिक रूप से everybody will be under lock and key in their earned lokas, or then traveling in spirit within their lokas but not coming to earth. जो चलता जाएगा, ये जो useless talk जो होता रहता है, I don't know if the general public can hear it or not, but at my home we can hear a lot of the garbage, either technology coming through various electronics and whatever it is that they are doing. तो ये चलता जाएगा. It's like they just have a show that nobody wants to watch, and they'll be talking names and calling names to people they didn't like, but it makes no difference. Doesn't affect atmas at all. It's a wasted effort by very foolish people. Okay, now because we have SRL here, I'm a little, I'm a little confused about. My problem is that it's not a problem. My issue is I really do want to understand what exactly happened in that 5 months of my life. And I hope none of that is returning to me ever in the future. That's all. My sister is the no more. It's also pretty unfortunate that she did not trust me. But then obviously she was being guided by somebody she trusted. That is the reason why she didn't trust me. Who is that person who she trusted so much that she couldn't trust me? It is only Ritu who said, when I've returned from Australia and I'm staying at Drury House, she says, when a boy is coming to see a girl, her friend should never be there because the boy will like the friend. Then she says, you will hate me in the future. I say, I don't know, anyway she's talking a lot, but let's just leave it. Maybe she's getting old. Today in retrospect, I'm saying, did you guide Varsha? Did Varsha get into trouble because of that? Then the boy has gone chasing. Was it done deliberately? What is keep your friends close but your enemies closer? Rankur Patodia seconds it in 97 with friends like this. Who needs enemies? Puchna padta hai, you should answer all of it. One small little short 5 month, whatever it was, should not bring so much shit into my life. Yet it did. What about that who you CRISPR'd to be my mother and took her to Dadar to call her a bai? That's because you come from a shit background. No, it's no mirroring. There is no such thing as mirroring. That's why we get our births individually. Then when we don't earn our own, it's called stealing when we take things that are not as God-given. That's the only difference. Flying up into the sky and diving into the shadows of the deep sea because you see a reflection temporarily. There's no mirroring. They're two different experiences altogether. All the bullshit that has been created by those defunct, delinquent, uneducated, so-called illuminated spiritualists coming straight from the house of the anti-god is only to serve the anti-god. Why don't you go fly into the sky? Come on, parachute it. Then go deep sea diving. See if it's the same thing. As above, so below. Go do it. Stop talking shit all the time. You are taking brains of one person and then like a split AC in a hotel where you see those vents in every room, distributing it where you want, and you dare to call it mirroring. You take the ego of one person and put it on somebody else and you call it mirroring. That's all bullshit. It's called stealing. So my thing is very simple. If I didn't like SRL's energy at some point, but he is not the anti-god. He works for the anti-god, and that's Jaitley, who's shapeshifting today for Narendra Das Modi, who's already dead. So how great must be the anti-god? With what strategic anti-god abilities. Are you with me? You've gone into the past. You are my Varsha only. We grew up together in Forge as well. At least schooling we did together. I want to ask you one thing. Sanjeev Rajan Lekraj, Rajan Naren Lekraj, Simal Lekraj in school, Malvika Lekraj in school. Sanjeev Rajan Lekraj is their cousin by birth, who you got married to. You married Simal's cousin. How come the rest of Laveen knew about it? But I've gone to Laveen's house with Shalu and Jay and whatever, with Sanjeev Lekraj only part of it. They know I am Jaya. They have come also for, other than Simal's family, everybody else was though there in all the functions. But that was 1 year after you got married. I mean, I don't know, 1 year after you married Ravi. Was Ravi your first marriage, Varsha? Are you talking on behalf of Anita? Anita married Kani and then afterwards married Kiran. Is that true? Did Anita marry Mr. Kani Advani first and then marry Kiran Merchant in her second marriage? Then there is a version of an Anita that went on to become a Ritu Malia. The Anita that got married to Kiran Merchant after getting married to Kani is the same as the Anita who went on to become Ritu Malia. Are they the same person? In short, you're saying our mother was a shapeshifter? They are on a roster and they keep changing, they keep getting rotated. Who runs this show? They work for who? The Congress? They work for who? The BJP while it was in opposition? RSS? Raw? So this has something directly linked to Doval and 2005 by any chance? The entire setup got messed up because Doval himself was pulled off the grid. All of them got screwed over because Raw itself got destroyed. Re-put into place by the anti-god pretending to be Jaitley. But Jaitley is the anti-god from the Middle East who has risen. So Raw is as good as decimated. Unless there are some old timers who can deal with the situation, if at all they can. Has this guy gone and messed up with the entire bloody, all the institutions in India? Pretending to be an Indian? That also in the parliament? Do we have something still which is capable of handling him, pulling him out and putting him in his place? Does India still have the ability, if they figure this, what I'm saying, I'm not saying it, pendulum say, does India have the ability of figuring this out still? Which means finding, first and foremost, where the SATA drive is. I think IOL to Comcast could be one hint. Taking the help of other agents, probably from around the world, who are, ethical. Taking all shapeshifters for Modi under questioning, or I don't know what, because narco won't work if they are wearing the ego of Modi. Finding out where is the database so they can find Jaitley's ego and then run through Jaitley's life. That's the most important. It'll have to be done using AI. You have to actually track Jaitley's every move. In that you will find the hints of everything that went haywire. So can the situation be salvaged? Should they pick up like things from Bangladesh and Pakistan, whoever is over there, because maybe they're also shapeshifters, put into place by the anti-god, all the originals long gone. So should all the top brass actually be picked up for questioning and to find the egos of the originals? Then the East will be called out. It's like, let's just say the shit is risen to the top, thinking it's cream, but very easily pull outable. That's the only thing you'll have to do. That's the answer. Who ultimately suffers is the citizens. That's the problem. Problem इन्होंने किया है, but it is affecting the citizens. Citizens will have to. But if you can get to whatever it is saying is what needs to be grabbed. Now, while I don't want to keep flogging the dead donkey, but I have a problem at, when I just think about, I want to know, will I ever be crossing paths with anybody in that 5 month marriage, even if there were 11 people who shape shifted during that time? Do I have to cross paths with anybody over there again in my personal life ever? So, those 11 people who shape shifted in that 5 month marriage are over and done with when it comes to my personal life? Are Anand and Cyrus Mistry the same person? Anand Khandelwal and Cyrus Mistry. The commonality of them is they were both victims of SRL, if one wants to understand it. Would you classify both of them as victims of SRL? SRL is Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj. His partner in crime is Piggy Chops and Zinta. At least in helping him in America. Would you say the partner in crime today is Cyrus Mistry with them still? Would you say that the partner in crime with them is Anand Khandelwal still? SRL has an upper hand and a hold over Cyrus Mistry for whatever the reasons are, making him a victim, making Cyrus Mistry a victim, but he is a partner in crime. When the baby told Trump to shush and put then all the whatever he removed from his nose, the mucus from his nose, onto the presidential table at America, that is SRL extending his courtesies and his gallantry and his chivalry through the child. The child looked pretty knackered out and tired, but working on the cues. That was indirectly, publicly letting Cyrus Mistry know that, well, SRL calls the shots. Cyrus Mistry shapeshifts for Trump. He shapeshifts for Trump wearing Trump's ego. Does Cyrus Mistry get back his ego ever? At times, the switching of egos is done by SRL some contact. India and all the agents need to find that who has the egos in their hands, or the database of the egos, the one who's switching egos around. Can you tell me the location of the ego? The one who holds the database of the ego? So if I got a map over here, you would be able to tell me where on the map? the database and where the SATA drive is, would you be able to tell me that on the map? You're saying it's orbiting in space somewhere? It is an underground facility? But then why can't you tell me where it is on the map? If it is an underground facility, wouldn't be represented one way or the other on the map? So can't you tell me where it is on the map? Has it been divided into the people? Like ROM and RAM divided into people? With bits and pieces and patches of information in the people? It is somewhere deep buried in the sea? It is somewhere deep buried in the sea? It is hidden underground under land somewhere? It is on the earthly plane? He has sent it to Mars? He has taken the database and gone and left it at Mars. Has he left it at Moon? The database is at Moon, the planet Moon. The database is in planet Mars. He's divided it into two parts. Is there one more planet involved? Is it findable? But tell me one thing, on planet Mars and on planet Moon, if even one part is found, can everything be destroyed on the back of it? If even just one link is found, can everything go haywire on the back of it? Now when he has gone and placed it in the planet, outer planet, the database, has he done so and hidden it under the ground? What a bastard. He's gone and hidden it under the ground, Moon or Mars. आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस जो जहाँ पे इसका जो रिकॉर्डिंग चलता रहता है, the place where this is going to, it culminates at and keeps growing. It is hidden underground in Mars or on Moon planet. If even one component is found, it will break the link of everything. But how do you, well, you are lucky because then you can nuke Mars. Why have war here in it, on the world where there are human beings? So if you nuke Mars, you nuke Moon. Try it. It's your best. It's your best. It's your best. It's your best bet. Luckily, there are no people there. Nuking places in Mars and nuking places on Moon, would that be helpful in some way? The military would know how to nuke things, because I don't know how to nuke things, but the military would know how to nuke things. Is that what would create a power outage on Earth for some time? Well, since it is nuking something far away from here, they can very well allow people to stock up, pile up, or then get the electricity, things that can help for that time period, and then they can try nuking those places, or I don't know how they will do it. Luckily, it's not on Earth. You're sure it's not on Earth? The database, you are sure, is not on Earth? Am I wearing today a blue color t-shirt? Am I wearing a plain black t-shirt? Am I wearing plain black shorts? Am I wearing a black and white t-shirt? Okay, so it's a matter of fact, I'm wearing a black and white t-shirt. Actually, it's navy blue, but it's looking black and white. And a black pair of shorts. Am I wearing a black and white t-shirt? Actually, it is navy blue and white. It's not black and white. My shorts are black. Anyway, you are sure that this is not on Earth? Are you sure that the database is on Mars or then on Moon? Is it seen above the ground? Can it be found as something above the ground? Is there any hint of it above the ground? No, is it visible to the eye? Is it visible to the human eye? The entry to the facility is above ground and is visible to the human eye? Is it obviously visible to the human eye, or do you have to look for a needle in a haystack? Was NASA used for this effort with Google and whatever other companies rear to entry, or then by the founders themselves? If the facility is found with the database and something is nuked, some part of it either on Mars or on Moon, any place, their ability to switch egos will still be able, they'll still be able to do it. Will it be messing with everything? Will it break the bridge for everything? Do you see them finding this facility in the future and nuking it? You see this happening within the next 7 years? Do you see this happening within the next 1 year? Do you see this happening in the... No, do you see them being successful? Finding and nuking the facility either in Moon or in Mars, do you see them being successful in the nuking of the facility in the year 2026? On Moon or on Mars? Do you see them successfully nuking the facility in the year 2026? Do you see them being successful nuking the facility on Moon or Mars in the year 2027? Do you see them being successful in nuking the facility connected with all this ego transfer and artificial intelligence and some huge amount of database collected on Moon or on Mars, planet Moon or planet Mars? You see them successfully nuking it in 2028? You see them successfully nuking the facility in planet Moon or Mars in the year 2029? You see it being mostly destroyed or heavily destroyed by, on Moon and Mars, the facility by 2030. By 33, you see Earth being free from all this shit connected with all this database of nonsense, which may be, the SATA drive may be hidden on Moon or on Mars. Do you see it actually being addressed fully by then? Okay, coming to the other issue of the dream, do you still want me to do the reading? Is there still something that you need to say? This that we are doing over here, the pendulum and the Scrabble throw, the source of information comes from where? From the SATA drives in Moon and Mars? Is that what is directing this throw? This that we're doing over here comes from the spirit world. Are you doing this entirely as an Atma, guided by the Atma or Shirdi Sai Baba from the spirit realm? Or from the spirit, the spirit which has, left the form but gone into spirit, can be at any plane. So is this being guided from pure spirit? May not be from the highest loka as of now, could be hanging around the earthly plane right now, but is it primarily spirit which is free from, let's just say, the manipulations of the human being, or which is free from manipulation? So are you functioning from that place? Okay, so I will go ahead and do whatever communication you want me to do. Okay, so she has something to say still. I had a friend in school called Amin. Not school, college. So Amin is Ashish Jityani's friend too. Very close with him. He goes to Europe a lot. He was married to the Rahija girl. She got a job with the bank and got posted to Manali. From there, she had an accident, fell from the mountain and died. When she divorced, her divorce claims were 1-2 crores or something of that sort, which he was not willing to pay. Okay. I don't know whether he's from the Khatau family. His mom is. So we have more place to actually put this out. So Amin is a name I recognize. SRL I recognize. Amin and SRL are completely different as people. Amin, the last that I met him, I thought Raga and he looked little similar at CCI Club. Something about the nose. Of course, it was Amin who was sitting in front of me. He has the same nose as Raga. The place where I last met him was Cricket Club of India for tea. After a long time, and then not again. It is after I returned from New Zealand. So it was sometime in 2013-14 sometime last. It's quite a long time ago. Now I don't know who was leering at what, but okay. So maybe Amin and Amin shapeshifter. If it, I say the nose was like Raga, so obviously he will leer and he'll have the connect with the intelligence. It's part of his job. We should understand one thing. I don't know. Today the problem is we don't know who is who and who's whose friend. We don't know who we can trust. That's the problem. Better not to trust than to trust the snake. Better to be cautious. As they say, what? Better to be safe than to be sorry. It's okay. I want to understand one thing about this. Raga and SRL are friends. Did they ever have a relationship? SRL and Anand Khandelwal had a relationship? Only a friendship? So Raga, we're talking about Raga and SRL also had a relationship. So you will say that the layering were done by Raga as by Amin, and is Amin and Raga, is there any connectivity between the two of them? Amin is my is Ashish Jagtiani's friend from college, HR. We're talking about Amin Gopalani. He lives mostly at least half the year in Europe ever since his divorce from the Rahija girl. So back to 2004 to now, he lives in Europe more than anywhere else. Did you know Amin? Was Amin Ashish Jagtiani's friend and also my classmate? Known to Ashish Bhatia, whichever version, but we were all in the same division class along with Ashish Jagtiani being my Rakhi brother. So Amin is Ashish's friend, as in Ashish Jagtiani, not Ashish Bhatia. Ashish Bhatia was common friend of mine as well as Ashish Jagtiani and Amin. Not there's a girl called Ami also, but not Ami. Amin Gopalani. The other clique is different. Amit Bagri, Ami, and all of them, they're different. Moni. Anyway, now what I'm trying to understand over here, Amin is friends with Raga. Amin and SRL ever had a relationship? My Rakhi brother Ashish Jagtiani is aware of all this that happens in the background. The real Kabir Gupta, Kaushalya Advani's son, was involved in all of this crap. Kabir Gupta's shapeshifter called Cubs. Is he part of all this nonsense connected with? Is he been placed into place by SRL? So Cubs for Kabir Gupta is involved with SRL and with Raga and Amin and all these people, the same group of people. Kabir Gupta, my actual cousin, half Advani, half Gupta, is part of this. I mean, he's late Mr. Kabir Gupta. Can I say that? Late Mr. Kabir Gupta, who grew up at 190 Sankey Road from the day he was born at Sadashiv Nagar. He's part of all this mess. He was part of this group. Have I ever met Raga face to face ever? No, if you are cat, you met Raga in Europe. But I, JAYA.ADVANI, whose face got spoiled, did I ever meet Raga ever? Did I know he's Raga? Did he present himself in front of me as Raga? Did he shapeshift as Papa? Did he ever shapeshift pretending to be Mr. Kani Advani at some point in time? Raga and Jaitley have had a relationship. That is while Jaitley is shapeshifting for Mr. Ramesh Advani. Has Jaitley ever shapeshifted or pretended to be Mr. Ramesh Advani? Is Mr. Ramesh Advani the original from the 50s, 60s who grew up at Jaswal? That Mr. Ramesh Advani, is he Papa's real brother? Manaki, is he Kani Advani's real brother? So were Tarachand Advani, Ramesh Advani, Kani Advani, were they really brothers? Were they the real children of Kalavati and Hakumatrai Advani? With two sisters called Kaushalya Advani and Kailash Advani? Is that a real family? Were they anything to do with intelligence in any way? Were they primarily Zamindar family, if we look at it, and then business, but a failed business? Were they ever people who worked in the public space or for in the public, like just say for public administration or public welfare? Did they ever, have an inclination for that kind of work? Working as a professional is different, but were they interested in the public welfare positions? It is Mama side that was working for Raw. Somebody in Mama Sadangani side of the family that joined the Raw. Did Jaitley put wrong allegations against Papa? Papa's side of the family was ever connected with the ISI? Were they ever agents for the ISI? Or were they connected with terrorism in any way? Upon wanting to grab things connected with Brewery House and United Breweries, did Jaitley and whatever few politicians get together and give the wrong name to Foj Aswal? Mostly Jaitley because he's connected with law as well as broadcasting or journalism in some kind. Did he spew it from the opposition onto the streets to find some hole into our setup, to misuse it and then to take it to different levels altogether? You would say Raga is a partner in crime in this effort, both of defaming, maligning, very bad karma. Would you say it is a selfish act or is it for public welfare? Would you say he did it for public welfare? Ultimately, does it work out for nation building and public welfare? Would you say it is an act that is self-serving, to serve themselves only, run by greed and very poor ethics? Mr. Ajit Doval, who is the original raw chief from the 80s, 90s, 2000, 80s and 90s, let's just say, that man is still in his human form. Are you saying that Mr. Ajit Doval has left his human form and gone away to his into the afterlife? Are you saying that Mr. Ajit Doval is still in a body but his ego has been shifted? That somebody else's ego has been put upon him? So you are saying Mr. Ajit Doval was murdered, in short? Mr. Ajit Doval has a clone or a couple of people shape-shifting to be Mr. Ajit Doval. This happened as early as 2005-06. Okay, my hand is hurting and is getting a little unsteady. So I will rest the pendulum. I'll get back to the board because she insists that we should continue with this. So Amin also lives in Nepean Road, I think. Nepean Road, yeah, that's where he lives. I don't know whether he should be the leopard or the leper or a leper. I'm not sure how to spell it. So that could be the underground movement and the leopard showing itself on the ground, if it is a leopard. But how is a leopard, how is it spelled? Leopard is a leopard. Okay, leopard is a leopard. So let's spell it properly. Leper could be untouchable in case IB had some information on something, where till they prove it, they cannot do anything but stay away. Not literally a leper. Doval they're saying is no more, and that is as early as 2526. अभी पूरा रामायण खत्म आने को है, राइट? लेकिन पीछे क्या हुआ है, why she is helping, why we are doing this is not connected with artificial intelligence, nor those SATA drives and all of gathered conscience, stolen conscience, like what's coming out of that fan. This is somebody's Atma directing it, so we are doing it. In this case, it is my sister shaped who had to wear the ego of my mother. So leopard is not an exact leopard, but it was the IB information. If it becomes a leper, as in, I don't know if it is leper, LEPER is a leper, I think, that would be untouchable for reasons of safety. Well, you know how the IB is, they'll be talking their own way, they have their own way of talking. So the leper king of Jerusalem. So the leper king of Jerusalem. Let's see if we say it's a disease. How is it spelled? Leprosy. Leprosy, but leper. So leper is LEPER, not LEPOR. Okay, so if we say LEPER, then comes to this. It's a reputation IB has collected on them. But IB is only good as the amount of people who are over there. If there is foul play with them in some way which has happened during 2004, 5, 6 around, then though if the anti-god is Jetli, but he is risen from the Middle East, then when he creates a new Raw after Kasab incident created by, obviously the one who creates the problem comes to solve it, then his style of solving it, his style of putting things together will be to suit his agenda and nothing else, right? It is easily understood. My point is, in India, who is there, worldwide, who is there to address this the way it is? Nothing to do with names, nothing to do with chehra, nothing to do with position, just God versus anti-God. That's all. Crime and criminal. You can be assured that whoever it is that he has put on the top. I was asking one simple question. You all were getting irritated with the word OB. But Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi in his biodata is called the OB caste, OBC caste. I am asking the people who today Jetli has plugged in so many positions, including Rosie. Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi, CM of Gujarat, never hired you people in those days. तो जेटली ने तुमको हायर किया है, लेकिन तुम्हारा कैपेबिलिटी क्या है? जेटली है एंटी इंडिया. That who is shape-shifting as Mr. Modi is Jetli. Jetli is the anti-god. The anti-god rose from the Middle East. So you can say, playing the OB game, ST-SC game, playing with the sentiments actually of the community and of the people, also breaching the trust, pretending one thing, doing another thing. But the seasoned politicians who are from the OB caste, they never hired you and plugged you in places. So why has this guy plugged you in your place? When you are exercising your position from the parliament all the way to Bezos's company, You're mixing smell of shit, pheromones, in gels, soaps, detergents, washing powder, and you're feeling happy about it, Rosie. So something as incompetent as you has been given a chance to shapeshift for Modi. Why today? Why not earlier? Because you are so incompetent, and the anti-India, anti-God sees you as a good, no, sees you as a very good candidate, you and the rest of the losers. After all, he wants to destroy India, तो तुमको ही उठाओ ना. लेकिन जो ओबी कास्ट का जो था, जो सीएम था, वो तुमको नौकरी क्यों नहीं दिया था? वो तुमको पार्लियामेंट में क्यों नहीं फिट किया था? क्या लड़का? तो तू बस एक काम वाला है इंडिया को डिस्ट्रॉय करने के लिए, और तू काम करता है एंटी गॉड के लिए. बाकी का जो है बस डांस ड्रामा, हर चीज का पतंगे उड़ाओ, and contribute to the destruction of the nation that you were born as a citizen at. No, it's a cheap joke. He has affected Rennie in some way. We keep getting it. Okay, so I don't know if we look at a Leo. SRL used the IP to connect to the brain of Mr. Rene and of the Leo. Leo is Ashish according to me, though he is Cancer. The original boy born on the 2nd of August. He's actually a Cancerian, not so much a Leo. But SRL has used the IP to get into the brains of everybody. And frankly, so shamelessly, he doesn't even ask. लगता है उसका बाप का घर का माल है. जैसे बोले, all this is mine, today your brain also is mine. Why? He's got control issues. You should understand the level to which the shamelessness with how he is the only alpha amongst all his boyfriends, जो है उनके गर्लफ्रेंड्स. The who's who. Don't play sounds in my body. I'll slap you for real. Hockey stick लेके तुमको मारेगा. Understand? I'll bust everything that's in you. पता नहीं क्या चलेगा. Maybe that ass crack. उसको भी एल्डाइट करके बंद कर दे forever. Be careful. SRL IP brain, the ER men connected with Leo. You know, you can make out what it can be. They are planning to harass the who's who in the police forces, not letting you sleep whole night, connected with this IP issue. You have been forewarned. Whenever we are being told, please forewarn about this, forewarn about that, my duty is just to put it out. You can thrash it, you can take some of it, take it with a pinch of salt, but just, I think you prepare yourself. I'm nobody to tell you. I only do these reads. I'm also dependent on what we get. तो ये तो होल नाइट व्हेन आई एम स्लीपिंग इसको ना हमको कुछ ना कुछ गाली देना पड़ता है, हमको नाम बुलाना पड़ता है. आई टर्न एंड टेल्स मी समथिंग अबाउट समथिंग व्हेन सम क्या नौकर उठा. कभी डॉटर बोलता है फॉर द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड, राइट हैंड साइड ही हैज़ ऑल डेरिग्रेटरी थिंग्स टू से, बट ही इज टॉकिंग फुल नाइट एंड आई एम स्लीपिंग saying what a bloody fool. But I don't, I am tired. I don't bother because I am really genuinely sleepy. I sleep. But this fool keeps talking. He's leering. Connected to what's in the brain, connected to the ENT, whatever's been fixed to the ear, then whatever it is can hear what the electronics, wherever the device is fitted to, wherever the source of the transfer of information comes, that's via the telephony and IP. So ये वही है. This is on the board telling you that only, but they're planning to do it to the police force, is what my reading within last 6 months has established. This is what they're planning to do to very important people. Now rain is Varsha. My sister Varsha is no more in her body. She's dead. वो कैट थी, मरी है अनीता का चेहरा लेके. वही हमको हेल्प करती है, but she died with Anita's face. The mother-daughter team were pulled off together. What you know may not be the entire truth simply because of Ajit Doval, what happened with him. You're all being put into place by Jaitley, pretending to be Mr. Modi. Mr. Modi pulled out ages ago and killed the real one. He's wearing his ego, Baba. You just switch his ego back to Jaitley, you'll come to know what it is. but then that who took advantage of something he only created in 2008, decimated the Raw, chased their tail in the shadows because the police cannot know what Raw is up to. The Raw comes directly under the Home Ministry, but if the very ministry that is running Raw today has people in it which are questionable and shapeshifters, then Raw को decimate करके हर एक्सक्यूज इंडियंस को ही हैरिस करने के लिए वो वही जगह से आता है जहाँ पे एंटी गॉड छिपा हुआ है. अगर एंटी गॉड वही है जो मिडल ईस्ट से राइज हुआ है लेकिन आज जेटली है, जो क्रिस्पर्ड है, शेप शिफ्टिंग विद द ईगो ऑफ मिस्टर मोदी इन द इंडियन पार्लियामेंट, तो तुम्हारे पास है क्या? योर होम मिनिस्ट्री इज हाउ गुड? इंडियन होम मिनिस्ट्री. Then what you have heard, the source is what? How trustworthy is it? You need to question it, no? Rain is Varsha, but the real JAYA.ADVANI is no more in the body. So if he is sitting and killing people and then replacing them, like even if he gets rid of Doval, then there are loopholes in the Raw. He takes advantage of it. He's on the outside of the chessboard. He gets a Kasab issue done. There's plenty of money spent. As Jaitley, he is controlling the show because he is talking about from an opposition point of view of everything that is wrong, that needs to be corrected. So journalists are listening to him. He finds one boy who will do his work from Baikala, वो है अर्नब गोस्वामी. फंडिंग दे के वो रिपब्लिक टीवी शुरू करता है, टाइम्स को भी इन्फ्लुएंस करता है, लेकिन वो लॉयर भी है, उसको लूपहोल्स पता है. कसब इशू गोज ऑन एंड ऑन एंड ऑन. कसब इज गिवन एन AC and good food in jail for 2 years before he is finally hung. Then a new Raw is created, but now created by Modi, or at least under the tutelage of the opposition. But that opposition hasn't been infiltrated. Doval is no more. So what do you have in Raw? The ex-Raw workers all are affected one way or the other. They have chased tail of all of them. Why? क्योंकि वो जो है उनके पास पास्ट एविडेंस शायद है, स्किल है, नॉलेज है, हर किसी के पास कुछ ना कुछ है, विच इज़ डेट्रीमेंटल टू दी शेप शिफ्टर्स एंड टू दी एंटी गॉड. मोर स्पेसिफिकली जितना कन्फ्यूजन बने उतना ये आगे निकले. So OSRL IP, Rain Men, be Lear. So this shit is coming from SRL. He shape shifting for Elon Musk. उठाओ उसको. That's the only thing the Indian army can do if there's anyone left behind. उठाओ इसको, उठाओ ट्रम्प को, क्वेश्चनिंग पे डालो, hard questioning. Everybody who's mentioned, pick them up, get them to answer. Either you know how to make replicas or you don't know how to. If you don't, it's a shame. It's not about now air rifles and all, it is about actual just shape shifting. So if they can replace, you can replace. Pick them up for questioning. करना ही पड़ेगा, क्या है? This is not my sister. Can ask her. Even if she is my sister, वर्षा होती ना, अगर हमारी बहन नहीं है, इनफैक्ट हमको कोई टेंशन नहीं है, लेकिन जिनके पास वर्षा का चेहरा है, उठाओ उसको. शलीना, वर्षा, इंदू, pick them up, whoever they are, wherever they are. Watch the fun on the back of it. अल्टीमेटली दीज गर्ल्स वर शेप शिफ्टिंग फॉर वर्षा, उनका खुद का फैमिली होगा, उनके जो माँ बहन भाई भाई जो कुछ भी है, यू सी हाउ दे हॉप लाइक फ्रॉग्स, तो पिक देम अप. Get one bugger to squeak, they'll all start squeaking. They'll be like parrots on steroids. Are you with me? They are not hardened terrorists and criminals. They are doing dance drama. They are easily breakable. They work on their emotions very easily. Okay, rain over here is you. Does it stand for Varsha? Varsha is my DNA related sister in this throw. Varsha is the house of the Maharashtra government in Bombay, in Malabar Hill somewhere. Varsha is a stand-in clone for you or shapeshifters for the original JAYA.ADVANI, created by SRL, placed at Sharan, placed in different parts, maybe one in Europe, don't know. But basically clones that have been placed, but definitely Sharan has one clone. That girl has come here and worked as a Kamwali Bai in my house also because he wanted to make the association the cheap shit that the bastard is. So that's why she's got a longer, she's got like a short thumb compared to one toe. She's actually brown skin. She shapeshifts for you because he clones her into your identity. So she's at Sharan right now. The Sharanya who is in Sharan right now is your DNA. But is she your original daughter, Sharanya Hundalani with Ravi? At Sharanya's birth, connected with Jaslok, were other clones created simultaneously with Sharanya. Upon Sharanya's murder as a tot, was Sharanya murdered before she turned into a teenager? From her DNA was stolen and then a replica was created. 2 replicas? More than 2 replicas? The original Sharanya Hundalani, which was born from the womb, is alive. She's still in her human form. Born on the 2nd of May 2005. She is still in her human form. She has gone away to the spirit. Did she visit me as the prince from the reef and use the word Masi in some of my throws? That was 2022. Did she ever visit over here? After I got back from the hotel, I have a feeling. So there was one thought which was talking about Masi. So I thought that was Sharanya. But in and around that time, again there was another thought that had visited me through 22-23. And that was the prince from the reef, connected with Queen Anne. That is because ancestrally, through some births, we've been through some lifetime of that kind. Is that the reason? Is it an ET issue or a SATA drive issue putting it upon us artificially? Is it something that is been through by virtue of birth or then a soul journey entirely by spirit? Of course, in other centuries, not this century. So somebody from that ancestry had visited. Have I been through that birth in a previous, in a previous birth sometime in another century? They were able to track it at a soul level. That was the real Illuminati. That real Illuminati is able to function as it used to today also. Have many of the real Illuminati people been removed without anybody's knowledge and replaced by people from the lower realms? And I don't mean lower births, I mean literally from lower realms at the spirit realm, nothing to do with the birth. That's why Illuminati also is in a big problem. Many members have been stolen from and affected, but many people are of actually a good soul journey on the whole, the originals, where they follow rules, regulations to quite a large extent. And if they do something, it is always with the viewpoint of trying to produce as much welfare for humanity on the whole rather than only a selfish motive. Okay, but the ones who have taken over positions, rear door entry, think the same way? Are they the same kind of souls? Are they opposite kind of souls who grab things belonging to others for self benefit based on feelings of greed coming from places of very low virtue and very high vice, the lower realms? SRL is one such person. Arun Jaitley is one such person, or the one who is shapeshifting for Modi. With Modi is ego, but is primarily Arun Jaitley. They're all from the lower realms. Are they going to get caught soon? Do you see this issue being resolved in the future within the next, before 2030? My mother belonged to the group which is self-serving. My father belonged to a group that was self-serving. Okay, they may not do too much for public welfare, but will they ever harm people so that they can get ahead in life? Do I come from that kind of a DNA, genealogy, let's just say a spirit tribe? Does SRL come from a harmful spirit tribe? SRL and all his camaraderie, including Arun Jaitley, do they come from a tribe that is highly harmful? From the spirit realm, whether they are in body or whether they are in spirit? Okay. What is it? It is 1 o'clock, no? It is lunch time. So what's your problem? Why do you have to play a fucking buzzer from under my hands? What's your problem? It's lunchtime, but I've already eaten my lunch and I'm not sitting and serving anybody because this is my bloody home while you're shit sata fata for people who are, I don't know, you got a head problem, you got a psychological problem, you got what kind of a problem? I can't understand. That you need to do this kind of nonsense to feel okay about yourself. So I'm going to continue doing my reading. My suggestion is, why do you need to play a buzzer under my hands? SRL primarily has to be the man in any relationship, man or woman. The men involved with SRL are primarily looked at upon him. How you don't like girls? No, he looks at you like a girl only. But he swings whichever way. But all of you actually then are his girlfriend, the men. So stop being so emotional, because you're not helping yourselves, you're helping the anti-god. He's a worker for the anti-god. And the anti-god knows exactly how to press your buttons to get you to do what he wants you to do. The anti-god also knows how to make you how to play with you psychologically so that you do exactly what he wants you to do. So don't play stupid buzzers in my body. All you people, you all are equivalent to the girls only, according to SRL, who's a control freak. लेकिन इस कंट्रोल फ्रीक को कंट्रोल करना वो भी एंटी गॉड कैसे करता है, जो है जेटली? That is something you need to actually find out. What is this relationship that who needs to control all the other elements under him, including the boys. How does that get controlled by Jetli, the anti-god? So in short, you need to take all the Mr. Modis, whether there is 10 of them, whether there is 20 of them, whether there is 40 of them, and all their workers, and take them into very hard questioning to know where the Saturn drive is, which part of Mars, which part of Moon. Because if the anti-god is able to control that who controls everybody else, then go to the source of, or the core of all things. Yes, it has direct links to the anti-god rising from the Middle East. So then who's Jetli? But Jetli is the anti-god. SRL is not my diamond. That marriage, thanks to some filthy politics by some very filthy people, and it is not even politics, because actually politicians got affected, the Illuminati got affected, many things got affected. So it's not the politics and politicians, it's just the anti-god and his workers. That's it. So that 5-month marriage though is redundant. Varsha is no more. I've lost my sister in this whole grab for power, greed being the motivation, manipulation, lies, deceit, lots of devastation to a lot of people. In material terms, to other people, though far more than mine. You just need to count the damages. Once you get the actual data, you'll come to know what is what. What about Doval and Raw? What about all the hard work? What about what is the nation building so far? Then spent like water, or just dissolved like water. What about the sentiments of the people? How it's been played with, the psychological games. So anyway, if you say you are at war and this was your style of warring, then the rules of war will be read out to you when you leave the body. You will come to know how you do war, what is playing with people's sentiments, what is fooling people, what is greed, motivated by greed, and actions taken projecting it as something else. What is mirroring, what is when atmas go, or even in the body when you are parachuting, or you have a vision from above the earthly plane, and what it is to go deep sea dive, or then without the gear, just to drown. You will come to know. No, you try it yourself. You have coined such clever things as above, so below, mirroring. Hey, try it, Baba, in your 3D body. Try it and tell me where the mirroring is. RL is his father, Rajan Likraj. Why are you playing sounds from under my body? I'm not your daughter. I got my own father. We're not this kind of an ancestry. Thank God for it. My sisters no more. That is my family. My parents are good people. My family are good people. You're not. You can't be family. I've only known you for a very short while. That little short while triggered off so much things that I've never thought I would ever deal with. Energy I don't like, nor fit with. It's just on opposite sides of the spectrum. Far flung, far away. I won't even say east and west, it is directly actually north and south. I got my birth, Mr. RL and SRL. You're an artificial weapon user. However you mix things up doesn't change the reality of the spirit and the spirit realm. बजर चला के कुछ नहीं होता है. अगर तू समझता नहीं है तो जब यम्मा तुम्हारे लिए आएगा और तुमको सम्मान से तुम्हारा घर लेके जाएगा और तुमको सम्मान से खिलाएगा पिलाएगा, जो उसको खिलाना पिलाना है, जिस तरीके से उसको करना है. सेम टाइम विष्णु के लोका पे या शिव के लोका पे जो कुछ भी होगा सम्मान से ही होगा. यू आर ऑल्सो ऑप्युलेंट, वेल फेड, as earned by you, by that is connected with you as your earnings. I am also well fed, opulent, well taken care of with my tribe, soul tribe, the same kind that's helping me in these throes, not connected with your bullshit, connected with AI and IP, all that crap, all the shit under my hands and all those fucking sounds. That's all bloody cheap bullshit, and I don't subscribe to that kind of crap. You play whatever you want, you're being stupid. Play for little time, उसके बाद यम्मा तुम्हारे लिए आ रहा है यमदूत के साथ. फिर तो फुर्सत से 1 से लेके 10 कल्पा. बहुत मज़ा ही मज़ा है. योर स्टाइल. Don't even think about me at that time. Once that lock on you turns, तो कभी निकलने वाला नहीं है. Minimum 1 कल्पा. And my journey is in a different direction, far away, opposite. So how you can actually help yourself? Don't look outside. Look within yourself and figure it out. Understood? And don't try to intimidate me. We have already understood you for you. We've understood your network in which Radha also is. It's not making a difference. We're understanding you as a collective, where you ending up. तो हमारा काम जो है अलग है, तुम्हारा जो जर्नी है वो कम्प्लीटली अलग है. जो तुमको ज्वाइन करेंगे वो तुम्हारे रिश्तेदार, और जो तुमसे कुछ लेना देना है ही नहीं, वहाँ पे जाके वापस वाई यू आर डूइंग द ग्रैबिंग ऑफ थिंग्स दैट आर नॉट ड्यू टू यू. O, SRL, AI, IP, men, INR, beer, RL. So they are connected with this. Okay. हाँ, इनका ऋण बहुत है. अब 1 to 10 kalpas is no joke. One to 10 kalpas is no joke, frankly telling you. Rin and Ripu, which means really bad debts, to be paid off. Fursat se slow. All whatever they have done. This is it. Whichever way we see, they have got lots of problems in the future. It is no joke. You just try for 5 minutes. You just go to the lokas I am telling you about. Such bolu to. You just go to the loka for 5 minutes. See if you can tolerate it. It is very tough. Now, what is 1 kalpa to 10 kalpa? In connection, what is 1 kalpa to 10 kalpa? It is huge. तो 2009 जो पहले ही बोला था, I would not ever want to be you. Something because of these kind of things where something is said from our mouth, what the relevance of it is, you are not understanding. Of course, you have lost Doval. On the back of it, the anti-god has done his part of creating further confusion, क्योंकि वो करता है. तुम्हारा जो हेड है, चीफ है, उसको निकाल के फिर उसके ऊपर कितने गेम्स खेल सकता है. तो डिडंट ही ट्रिगर यू ऑफ समवेयर व्हेन इट कम्स टू योर साइकोलॉजी? That he knows what he is doing, so he did it that way. On the back of it, he has destroyed so many institutions. Have you any idea? Even before Modi was elected. तो को पता है? ये पता नहीं है. Playing these stupid sounds doesn't make a difference. You're being stupid. You get to air stupid. I don't have time for the bullshit that comes out of bullshitting shit like you. Makes no difference to me. You're useless. Useless is an understatement. Okay, so SRL, men, RIN, Repo, AI, Beer. People who work for these people, RL also is involved. Then there is the death of many people from the looks of it, and that has a future repercussion. Men, RIP, RIP. RIP is to pass away. Rest in peace. Andhra Pradesh also somewhere is involved. इट कुड बी BER, पर वो हमने तुमको पहले ही बोला था. तो how many people in the confusion they have killed playing with your mind starting in 2008 itself. I told you about this chap. He knows how to talk to you based on your psychology. तो वही खिलाएगा जो उसको पता है. You will understand it. We all have learnt it. It's called the art of persuasion. But this one also knows psychology. Ritu understands psychology very well. Very few people will misuse understanding someone's psychology to manipulate them to do what you want them to do. There's big bad karma on the back of it. लेकिन इनको कोई ये है नहीं. They do it. So I explained to you how, depending on what community you are, what your need is, what your requirement is, what your thought process is, पूरा स्टडी करके आके तुमसे बात करेगा. You think your best friend is come. पर वहीं पे एक्चुअली ये काम निकालता है लोगों से. फिर जब काम निकल चुका है, इसको मिला है जो उसको चाहिए उस ग्रुप से, उनको ही मारता है. How many of them are from the ER? After all, what is even raw? Raw also is ER in a way. So if the chief is no more, he's put in the anti-god to run now the raw from the Indian ministry. Shape-shifting as Modi is actually Jaitley, or Jaitley's ego along with Modi's ego, but comes from the Middle East. But is shape-shifting today also as Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi, who is no more. I say it's a watertight case of getting what you want. Literally taking the rug and pulling it from under your nose. In the confusion कितने लोगों को मारा है. कल बोले दोवल तुमको बुला रहा है, वो दोवल नहीं है, तू जा रहा है तेरे चीफ को मिलने के लिए. आज जो एक कंसल्टेंट है उसके पास एक्चुअली वो दोवल नहीं होवे, कोई एंटी गॉड का कोई वर्कर है जिसको दोवल का चेहरा देके, उसको दोवल का ईगो देके लगा दिया है काम पे. यू कैन स्विच बिटवीन दोवल एंड whoever he really is. If he is somebody who runs or has absolute connects with all the professional killers, hitmen, and the nefarious lots of people around the world, US groups are going to meet your boss or somebody who used to be the chief of Raw, but he's not him. He calls you over there, he'll get rid of how many people in one man shot. They are ahead because they have stem replacement. Stem replacement क्या है या stem cell क्या है? You make an exact clone. How do you prove it? You prove it on the basis of, let's say, the teeth being changed, the ears being changed. कुछ ना कुछ माना कि कोई सर्जरी कहीं पे हुआ है. Original to the clone. That's how you prove it. Because for babies you can clone them from birth, which makes it more tough in the future. But for the adults at this point in time, if you're able to catch it in the forensics of the genealogy and the DNA, then you turn lucky. Why are you making these sounds? SRL, don't do that. Or RL, don't do that. Don't do that. It's a very loser attitude. पक्का लूजर का एटीट्यूड है. ये कोई अर्ल कुछ नहीं है. ये उसको भी खावे, पीछे से करे और फिर बोले वन कट एंड गुड बाय. You want to ask Pendulum if he is? I don't mind. Don't play sounds in my body. You don't have what it takes to be anything that is even half decent. What is an earl? I'm an emperoress. Are you with me? This SRL is an earl by birth. In any previous lifetime was SRL some earl in any other century? SRL's mother's side of the family, Huri Lekraj, she belongs to some kind of royalty. What about his father, Naren? No, his grandfather, Naren Lekraj, he belongs to some earl's family. The Lekrajs are earls, duchess, Dutch royalty, Indian royalty, Pakistani royalty, Sindh royalty, Rawalpindi royalty, Afghani royalty, Tamil Nadu royalty, Andhra Pradesh royalty, none of it. So this guy created problems for somebody who was an earl. That earl is any of our relatives? That earl is a relative of ours? Manaki, I don't know how to understand. I don't know what to understand. That earl is from India? That earl is Indian DNA? That earl is European DNA? But the earl is... Acha, but he harassed him in Europe. That earl, he killed him. That earl passed away. That earl had any assets that this guy stole? So they, thank God, he didn't steal anything, is it? So anyway, the earl has his next in line or whoever his family is, and they managed to manage the show. They managed to cut losses. Okay, that's good. I mustn't be knowing them. They must be your relatives. They're your relatives. They're probably not related to me, right? They're related to you. They're related to me. Have I ever met them? But have I ever met them in Europe? Or have I ever met them in India for who they are? Have I ever met them? Have they ever met me? Like, in a formal setting where we know each other. Did they send spies looking out to figure out where the confusion came from? Do I belong to a spy network? Do I do the work of a spy? Am I a spy? Have I been trained to be a spy? Is it because there was an Earl network involved that some confusion and switching happened, and on the back of it, some horrendous people latched on, SRL being one of them, and created lots of problems for lots of people? You were used in the switching. They used you for the switching to fool other people. Will this situation get salvaged going forward? Am I going to be rid of this horrible SRL and everything connected with the crap associated with them? The Earl's family are good people. The Earl's family also are not good people. The Earl's family are greedy people. The Europeans. Will I have to hang around with the Earl's family going forward? Will I be able to hang around people who are nice hearted and good souls and not greedy and terrible beings? Will I be lucky to hang around people who are basically good people? I think that's the biggest wealth. So, will I just hang around nice people who are not greedy and who are like happy to be content people? Okay, that's a relief. I'm primarily looking if I can shift to a space where we're just around nice people who are content with their lot and are nice people, primarily content with their lot, peaceful, and I really want the chaos out. Will I be able to be in a place where the chaos is the least? Peace, contentment, happiness, just being happy is very much the center of existence. Will I be able to move into that kind of situation going forward? Will it be in this home itself at J1801 Purva Palm Beach, Bangalore 560077? Will it be at this location itself? The tribe that is greedy, that is on a lookout for the Earl's tribe that is greedy, on a lookout for what went wrong with SRL. Will they find the culprit, and will they also be at peace going forward to the best of their ability? Will they also settle down in a more peaceful existence, better than the chaos that they've been through? Of course, inherent traits can't come to an end unless you don't work on it throughout a few lifetimes. So that there are many tests that are thrown in your way. How you deal with it decides who you are at an atomic level. But anyway, for all the chaos they've been put through, will they now settle into a more peaceful existence in relative terms? That's good. Far away from me? That's also good. Good. They be happy, we be happy. I don't have a. They could think you look at me and you think you're better. Good. I'm glad for you. I'm very happy for you. I just know one thing, that things are not always just skin deep. But I say it's good. You must function with your own understanding. I should function with my own understanding. If our understandings are different and we don't get along, we should kind of give each other space. So you be happy in your space, I be happy in mine. The unhappiness comes about if I insist on my way, doesn't get along with your way. You insist on your way, it doesn't get along with my way. On the back of it, lots of bad karma gets created. So you be happy wherever you are, I'll be happy wherever I am. It's good. So here, there's an earl also involved. There could be the ripping of the ear also, because of the IP. These are the ones who talk all the nonsense in my ears all the time. You are a huge waste of effort. You are not making a difference to me. हमारा आत्मा तो हमारे शरीर से बहुत दूर है. ये शरीर तो यहाँ पे छोड़ के जाएंगे. हमारा जो खजाना है हमारे साथ तो नहीं जाएगा. एस्ट्रो के अंदर शिरडी साईं बाबा के पास है. जैसे तेरे लिए यमदूत आएगा उठाने के लिए, और फिर यम्मा और यमदूत, they will not even allow you to go to the lit realm of the judges. They are not going to visit you. You have been booked real time every second already. Now only Yamma and Yamdut directly are taking you to the home earned by you. Once that block is done, then inside you, Yamma, Yamdut, as a witness, we could be called once in a while to give the witness according to the situation that comes up. Then you are dealing directly with Yamma and Yamdut. We are not even in the picture. अब यहाँ पे तो हमको कितना भी इंसल्ट करो, फाइनली व्हेन आई गो अवे टू माई लोका, इट्स कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट. इट इज़ लाइक parachuting in the air and watching the world, beautiful scenes from the top, or then going underground into the deep ocean. पूरा काला काला छाया हुआ है. वहाँ पे तुमको ना एक बड़ा जो है टर्टल मिले कार्बंकल्स के साथ, or whatever, barnacles or whatever it's called, and like all brown stuff all hanging around and falling off the back of the turtle. Then one shark will come to eat you. You'll be small little fish. It continues. कुछ भी मिले, whatever, but that is still only Atala. It's not even Vitala, Sutala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. It's none of those. नट तो दूर की बात है. You are going, according to my reading, Rasatal is the ceiling for you. Then whoever is your lord and master over there, Jetli ही है, the anti-god. So you will, again, when you get born after 10 kalpas or 8 kalpas or 7 kalpas, again you will come with great angst in your heart. Then you will want to spew it on everybody else who's innocent. Their only crime is they did their hard work. They come from a happy, good loka because they earned it. Over there, Vishnu doesn't flog people. He doesn't put you in hot oil. When the soul thinks it is hungry, wishes to eat something, in that spirit realm, whatever is required for sustenance, nutrition, we get it. Sex is not on people's minds. After all, that is a lower form of existence. Even in the human evolution, the dog in heat will be even doing whatever on the streets. Is a He's just, no, not a rabid dog, even a normal stray dog. But then the human being, the normal stray dog is living on the street with no collar, no looking after. He goes where he wants, he does what he wants. The human being has some form of more decent living, higher intellect, has the capacity. The dog is a dog till somebody doesn't make sure that the breed of the dog is a good one. Then what Atma comes into that good breed of dog is again God's work, not our work. The stray dog is the stray dog. In the human evolution, even if you were born in poverty with good karma earned in previous births, keeping karma good in this birth also, provided with intelligent thinking because of your own rewards given to you in this birth for previous earnings, you can also honestly work your way up to become a top person or a top professional or a top business person. Luck also supports you. What we call luck is your own karma earned, the rewards of it supporting you in this life. So there's a big difference. So how you will, as an Atma, for your earnings and deeds done, how Yama and Yamdut treats you is very different how Vishnu treats you. Any which ways, they are opposites of the spectrum, north and south. Alag hi hai. So why we should argue? My only one thing to you is don't waste your time. By you insulting me, पूरा रात तो बकवास करता रहता है. He thinks he's too smart. By you insulting me, you don't get anything in return. I will not be changing my viewpoint, nor will I change anything. Once decided for, it's over and done with. वहाँ पे कोई flipping and flopping होता ही नहीं है. Not ever. Don't care. और पैसों का सवाल है, तो there's not much time left. How much time? I am here for 20 years. I have, for I don't know how much it costs, $115, ordered fantastic something. Is going to last me for the next, I've eaten 2 meals out of it. It will last me the next 1 meal also. And तो okay. Excess करके हमको क्या है? I thank God to go to Vishnu's Loka. Greed is not one of the qualifications. मुंह मारना यहाँ वहाँ बड़ा डेंजरस होता है. पहले ही बोला है ना, how much of you have you given away? God only knows with who all. So all I am saying, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Every time you screw around the way you do under my body, playing sounds or talking in my ear, it is you earning a still longer time between Rasatal, Patal and Nark. You understood? As far as my Atmic journey is concerned, along with 60% of those who earned their place rightfully doing the proper deeds, keeping it straight, you don't have the ability to affect any of us. You don't have it. But if even 1% of that 60 decides that it's going to spew little light on you, you see how you'll be like shivering jelly. Because in that the darkness only disappears. And you're very uncomfortable when what you are comfortable with is kicked out. That is why you've been trying to spread yourself whichever way you can. It's all an Atmic issue. Just has to be understood from the angle and perspective from where you have been functioning. फिर तो black and white almost immediately हो गए. Don't waste your time. Okay, so anyway, now we're going to close this. This is going to be closed. This guy is shape-shifting as Elon as of today. He's got different people. They're all dying in Ripu and Rin, which means deaths. They're the ones who are going to the lower end of the lokas for 1 to 10 kalpas. About this chap, you want to know how long he's going to be there? Find out. No, we found out about Mr. Jaitley. Then we found out 7 kalpas is Rosie Fernandez. Let's ask about SRL. you are with me? Can I ask you about SRL? SRL is going to Rasatal, Patal, and Nark. Will he be going above Rasatal to other lokas? Has he got rewards that he can get a breather in a place that is higher than Rasatal? Okay. Can you tell me the number of kalpas he will be staying there for which he has been booked? This that you are telling me about his booking and other people's bookings, like for Jetli and for Rosie, is it stuff that is fitted onto the SATA drive? Is it an artificial intelligence calculation, an extrapolation? Is it to do with, whatever architecture fitted in by human beings? Is it something from the spirit realm, as you are a ghost? And something in the Akashic skies fitted in the spiritual realms? You are a ghost today. Can I call you a ghost today? A ghost who has moved back into the atmosphere, and sometimes you go away to Atala, sometimes you go to Bhuvar Loka, and on Shirdi Sai Baba giving you the permission, after taking permission and through letting me know through Sai Prashnavali, that I will have a saintly soul. If it is a man, it is for 4 months. If it is a woman, it is for 7 months, who will be with me. He does this so you can actually protect me and give me company given the situation. That's why he gives you the leeway. Is he arranging for me to be around good human beings post 2025 and in 2026? They may not be the most opulent, but they're basically good souls. So is he actually arranging to get me in the company of good souls? Is it on his interactions that I do not interact with many people till the time he gives the permission to hang around some people? Is that one of the reasons? Because we're surrounded by a very big mix, and most of them we cannot have karma with going forward. They're on their own journey. Is that one of the reasons why we have to stay this way till the time we are plugged in to a tribe that is meant to move together to the higher realms and are good souls? Is that the reason? Okay. I wanted to know about SRL's timeline. SRL will be able to get a rebirth in some kind of a form back on earth after one kalpa. After 2 kalpas. Okay, we'll go the other way. After 10 kalpas. After 9 kalpas. After 7 kalpas. After 6 kalpas. So he's been booked into the lower realms for 6 kalpas. What about Cyrus Mistry? He's been booked into the lower realms for how many kalpas? Will Cyrus Mistry ever get a chance to go to the higher realms while he is a ghost? Will he be given a breather sometimes to move out of the lower realms and to move to the higher realms sometimes? Okay, his next birth he will be able to get in any form on earth after 1 kalpa, 2 kalpas, 3 kalpas, 4 kalpas, 5 kalpas, After 5 kalpas? Okay, you say we are going away to the higher realms next 15 to 20 years. We will be able to return to earth after how many kalpas? You can tell me in any form. 1 kalpa? We can return over here within 1 kalpa's time or after 1 kalpa. Will we choose to return here? Okay. I guess when these guys again start showing themselves little by little 5 kalpas, थोड़ा enjoy करते हैं इनके आने के पहले. जैसे जैसे ये आवे तो ये ख़राब करते हैं चीज़ों को. So better to come here in some form when these rascals don't actually get incarnated. Okay, so I'm going to close this session now. Are you okay with me shutting this session as of now? I'll be back tomorrow, not tonight. If I have any kind of questioning, though I don't like disturbing you now in the evening since you told me not to. So, yeah, I'll close this session now. Great. So let's just clock this. We're closing the session at 13:49. Okay, we'll take a break now. Probably do some cooking in the evening as therapy. We're closing it at this point. No, he is not the Earl. The pendulum told you he doesn't have anything of an Earl in him. Just because you're stealing ego doesn't make you the Earl. Understood? थोड़े शर्म रखो. We're closing this.